What were your primary goals this spring? What were the personal things that you wanted to get accomplished?
I would say kind of better route running. That was my big thing. Kind of just my pad height, and trying to get that low while I'm running my routes, just to break out of the ball a little bit better. So that's kind of what my main focus was.
And how do you land on that as something to focus on? Is that something that you just have to see in film study? Like,
Yeah,
where do you get it?
Just from like kind of watching myself and actually having people be like, yeah, when you run your routes, like you kind of raise a little bit. So I just like trying to think in my head, like when I run my routes, like try not to raise, be down low so you're more explosive getting out. Because as Coach Kohler always says, like if you're not in an explosive position, your body's gonna put yourself in an explosive position. So like you may run your route and your foot could be outside the framework, and then your foot's gonna move back into your framework to then propel you, which means that you're losing your step while the DB is gaining ground on you. So
What's
kind of things like that.
What's the process like of getting that intricate? And I assume those aren't things that maybe you noticed before, but now have to be part of the equation.
It's just. Sorry, what was your question? Sorry.
What's the process like of making those kinds of adjustments and getting that intricate?
I would say that at the first it's kind of hard because you'll be thinking about it, so then other things are starting to slack, like your route run, your speed may slack, things like that. So at the beginning it obviously was a little bit hard, but towards the end, when you're starting to try to focus that and pinpoint that, it gets a little bit easier.
Cool.
Is route running something you have to improve by doing, or is there little things you can pick up on film?
I would say little things you pick up on film, but I actually like running the routes and just becoming more familiar, getting your depth, and make sure your foot's turned at the top of the route. So just little things like that can help you run your routes a lot.
Are you excited about? And how much better did you feel like you got? I mean, can you, from the beginning to the end of spring practice, I mean, did you feel like you were demonstrably better?
Yeah, I think that, just the press man, even though I didn't get really a lot of that, both teams didn't get a lot of that today, but I think that over the spring from day one to now, I've gotten a lot better with that, because being at H, like you don't have that guy in your face consistently, where at Z or X at the outside, like the guy is there like a yard away from you. So I feel like I've gotten a lot better at that, and just kind of reading the defenses a little bit better, because at H, you kind of have to just look at one guy. You look at the sand, but also the safety. But at Z, you can't really look at the corner because he can disguise it. But you just gotta look at the safety. So.
Who gives you the best matchup on the outside?
Best matchup on the outside, I would say between all of them: John Reed, Amani, Donovan, Reek, all of them. Z-Mac. They're all good. So I can't really say I pinpoint one person is better than the other. So I like going against every single one.
Is it an advantage in any way to have that level of play?
Oh, definitely.
Opposite you.
Definitely. When you have that level of play against you, like you feel like if you're doing well against them, obviously they're gonna do well, and then you're gonna do well someplace. So it's not like one person dominating another person. So it's going out there. It shows that like the amount of people that Coach Franklin and all the staff is bringing in, like they're bringing great talent. So like you're going against great talent every single day. So when it comes to the game, you're out there just competing.